In a little less than an hour, the polls will close in the special election primary for Maryland's 7th congressional district.
It is certainly a crowded field of candidates vying for a chance to fill the seat once held by the late Congressman Elijah Cummings.
WJZ, of course, live team coverage for you tonight of this closely watched race.
I will begin with Paul Gessler, live with a look at the Democratic candidates running here. Paul.
Hi, Rick and Nicole. This is our 4th precinct in the last 4 hours here at the Lakeview Towers location. Elections judges tell us that 181 voters have voted so far here. The State Board of Elections, as of a couple hours ago, say that number was about 60,000 unofficially at that time. Polls close in less than an hour at this precinct and the district's some 300 others.
Thank you for voting. Have a nice day.
It's a steady stream of voters inside the Forest Park Senior Center.
That's a strong indication of why it is necessary to come out and vote.
2 people leave, 2 people go.
A big turnout here, all for one race on the ballot.
That's all you need is one. Because if you don't vote, you have nothing to say.
The list of names on the Democratic ballot, it's long.
And I wanted to make sure that she got my vote today. I gave you a clue.
I think the pundits overstated how there's going to be a low voter turnout. I think this election is important to people.
Regardless of their candidate, there's one person front of voters' minds.
We have lost a great person, and we need someone to fulfill that position.
That's what really had him on my mind this morning, to vote for someone who would take his place and be almost what he did for us.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Candidates voted early Tuesday to free up time to greet voters across the district.
I've always trusted voters, no matter what they do, and I will trust them again today.
Elijah Cummings' seat and legacy is on the candidates' final campaign push, too.
Everybody has an Elijah Cummings story. I'm the only candidate in this race that Elijah Cummings called the people's champion.
Well, Elijah was a fierce defender of democracy, and this is what democracy is all about.
Back live now here where Maryland is a closed primary state. That means you can only vote in the primary in which you are registered, but it does have same-day registration. So if you get here, you can vote here before 8 o'clock at this and other precincts. There are also 8 Republicans running in this special primary election in the 7th district. For more on those candidates, Rachel Minitoff has been following them. Rachel?
Hi there, Paul. Good evening. Obviously, this is a largely Democratic district, and a Republican candidate has never been elected to the 7th district seat. But there are 8 people here tonight who are trying to change this. 8 Republican candidates, all vying for a spot to represent Maryland's 7th district. Among them is Liz Mattori, who most recently advanced as the Republican candidate in the 2018 primary for Maryland's 2nd congressional district, ultimately losing in the general election.
Unlike other candidates who are traditional Republicans, I'm a former Dem. So that's something that, especially in this region of Howard County, usually doesn't get that representation. So we can kind of bridge the gap that has been created by the gerrymandered district.
In an overwhelmingly Democratic district, another Republican hopeful and Catonsville native, James Arnold, points to other recent Republican success stories.
First of all, we elected President Trump. That's a president, and he's a Republican. We elected Governor Larry Hogan in a overwhelmingly Democrat state.
Other Republican candidates include Kimberly Klacik, who received national recognition last year when her social media posts of trash in West Baltimore went viral. And while Klacik doesn't currently reside in the 7th district, her opponents Reba Hawkins and Chris Anderson are Baltimore natives with years of experience living in the district.
I understand the people in the district. I see the growing opioid problem here in the district, and I have a passion to solve that problem.
And I want to ensure that those dollars that are earmarked specifically for the needs of this district are met.
Many of the candidates have been making the rounds, talking to voters at various polling locations, including right here in Howard County. Some are now hosting watch parties for volunteers and supporters as the results of this election start to stream in. We're live in Howard County tonight. I'm Rachel Minitoff for WJZ.
Well, WJZ is your election connection. We will keep you updated on tonight's results from the special election primary.